This is Talk Business and Politics with Roby Brock.
I'm Roby Brock. Welcome to today's Talk Business and Politics Daily. On our show today, Senator Bart Hester gives us a preview of a weekend interview that we'll release with him. He'll talk a little bit about some of the subject matter that is percolating out at the state capitol. And of course, he has to brag on the state Senate's victory over the Arkansas House in the Hoops for Kids' Sake charity basketball game earlier this week. Senator Bart Hester is our guest on today's Talk Business and Politics Daily.
Talk Business and Politics Daily is sponsored in part by Impact Management Group and
Power. It's right there, waiting, ready to go when you are. Connect this, click that, unconnect and go every day. Delivered by your electric cooperative. Each unique, always united, and completely local. Born from a mission to provide dependable, sustainable, and affordable power to every corner of Arkansas. And delivering on that promise for a brighter Arkansas every day. It's the local hometown cooperative way. Better connected. Together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
Well, before we get to Senator Hester's interview, just want to give you a preview also of what we've got on this weekend's television program. We'll also sit down with Congressman Bruce Westerman. He's the chairman of the House Committee on Natural Resources. He's one of 5 Arkansas congressmen who are the chairman of key committees. Representative Steve Womack out of the 3rd District of Arkansas chairs one of the major subcommittees that oversees highway and housing funding. So all 6 of Arkansas's elected congressional officials have major roles in the current U.S. Congress. So watch for Bruce Westerman this weekend on our program and Senator Bart Hester's full interview this weekend on Talk Business and Politics and Capitol View. But coming up after this, a brief portion of that Senator Hester interview. Stay with us.
Talk Business and Politics Daily is sponsored in part by Capital Advisors Group and
in the Navy, I train recruits. At Walmart, I recruit veterans. So many veterans have built their careers here.
I served in the Army for 11 years. I was promoted 4 times. Been with Walmart 9 years. I've been promoted 5 times.
I started as an hourly associate, and now I run the store.
430,000 veterans hired in the last decade. That's more than serving in the U.S. Navy today. There's no better place for veterans to work.
Connection. It's the heart of what we do. It's why we work to better the communities where we live and work. It's why we're expanding to get people connected and create digital equity programs that support affordable internet and digital literacy. We're leaders for positive change. From the way we empower our people, clients, and communities to the way we care for our planet. We live our values every day. We're Cox Communications, and we're pleased to connect with you.
So earlier today, I sat down with Senator Bart Hester, president of the Arkansas State Senate. We talked about a handful of issues that are moving their way through the state legislature. I'm just going to give you a little bit of that interview today because we're saving the rest of it for our weekend television programs. Joining me now, Senator Bart Hester, Republican of Cave Springs. He is the Senate president. Always good to have him sit down and visit with us. Thank you for being here, Senator Hester.
Hey, glad to be here. Thanks for having me today.
All right. Baseball season started and everything. So I know you guys are going to be wrapping up much sooner than the 5 or 6 weeks that you still have to go, correct?
I don't know. We got a lot to cover, but I assure you the desire for the majority of the members is to be done in the next 5 weeks.
I'm going to give you a chance to beat your chest a little bit. The House was talking some serious smack about this was their year in the Hoops for Kids' Sake battle, and the Senate once again for about the 18th year in a row, although I've been told I've exaggerated that, spanked them pretty badly.
Well, I thought for a while the curse was just Matthew Shepard is leading the House, and we learned that is not the case. The Senate just happens to be better athletes and better at basketball than the House.
Don't know about that, but I'll let you gloat in victory for the time being. Let's talk about some things that have been moving through the state legislature that still need to move through the state legislature. Let's begin first with a prison funding bill. We now know the price tag is $825 million. A, are you confident that that is the number that will be the maximum amount that will be spent to build that prison? And B, I think you were still 1 vote shy in committee to get it out of joint budget committee. What's the lay of the land on that?
Well, I'm confident we can get the 51% for the number out of budget. The problem is getting the 75% on the Senate and House floor for the overall budget for the Department of Corrections. Look, we know we need a prison. Members know we need a prison. There's questions about this one from just really a few members. What most members want to understand is, do we have the money? Is it secured? We don't want to go into, debt. We don't want to end up with a problem. Here's what I know. We can build a prison for $825 million. If someone says you can't do it, that is foolish. $825 million is a lot of money. We can absolutely build the prison for that amount of money.
But you have seen some other states have lower estimates and they have ballooned over the $1 billion mark. What gives you confidence that that will not happen in this scenario?
Well, I think we have a governor that has said she's going to do difficult things, and she doesn't. When you go significantly over budget like that, it's because you're just probably, usually unwilling to make hard decisions. We got a governor that's willing to make the hard decisions when it counts. Now, look, could there be unforeseen conditions that end up coming up and it costs more? Maybe. But I tell you, we've got a budget. Our absolute intent is to stay within it. I'm not going to say that, something unforeseen couldn't happen. But look, we can build a prison for $825 million. We're going to get it done.
That's all for this edition of Talk Business and Politics Daily. Don't forget to tune in this weekend for our television shows Capitol View and Talk Business and Politics to get the full Senator Bart Hester interview. I promise you there's more to that interview than what we just disclosed. We'll see you next time.